What up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. Eric Hove, we're back. Working on something a little bit new tonight. So, this is a pressure washer cart. Used to have a pressure washer motor and pump on it. Well, the pump died, so I took it apart. The engine is sitting up here. Little Honda engine. Runs great. May build a go-kart or something. However, I figured that this little cart would be perfect for a welding cart. So, went to the metal shop. We got some steel laying up here, just some 3/4 inch and some 1/2 inch angle iron, 3/4 inch flat stock, plus I have some assorted junk down there. So the goal is we're going to put the tank on the back here and cut a U out of this to let it sit such that it can't fall over. All I gotta do is build a little frame at the bottom, put a chain around it, it'll stay. The welder is pretty mobile, pretty fancy looking. Anyways, we're going to build a little shelf on here, maybe, I don't know, you gotta see about that high up. So the top of it will sit about here. And then it'll sit in there, and the goal will be to have a flat table up on top of it. So like say you got the welder in there, you got a little flat spot, do some work on top of it if you need some light welding, whatever. Not really like hammering or anything, but some light stuff. So what I'm going to do is cut the feet off of it. I'm going to mock up an area for my tank, get that little piece welded up together. Then we also have some casters, which I guess I left them in the truck. Some casters, so I'm going to put some caster wheels on this end, so that way whenever it'll just roll around. And then another thing that we're going to add on to it, which I don't think I have enough steel for, actually I got some big angle iron down there, is I want to make a hitch receiver that comes off the end, so that I can hook it up behind my four-wheeler. Then I can drag it around the property, because a mobile welder would be awesome. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go find those casters, kind of get this mocked up where I want. Probably cut this out first, set the tank in here, measure off how big I need to make the bottom section, and then I'm gonna get cracking. So Josh came over, he's been helping me do some welding cart stuff. Check that out. So we got the tank cut in there. Josh did that. Built this down here to hold it. It's by design tilted back a little bit so that way it can't fall out, which was 100% intentional. Got casters so it rolls around now. We aired up the tires. So now we just got to figure out something to hold the welder in there. And we have a welding cart.
We do have a welding cart.
We're looking pretty sick.
RAD Ranch does.
And then while we were playing with that too, I made this, which is shaped like a rotor. And the goal for that is so you can take rotors, which Josh will bring one over here, and it'll sit down in there. And the reason for that is,
just like that.
When the rotor's down in there, notice there's some chain links welded to the bottom. You can fill this full of like this Chem Tool stuff or Evaporust, and basically you can soak the rotor in there and it cleans out all the carbon and junk. So my buddy Charles had made one that fit one rotor. However, I made one that fits like 3 or 4. Because why not?
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
Got to be able to soak all the rotors at once. So I got enough. Once I get this one done, it's a real pain for those of you who are going to try to weld things that you want to hold water or something. It's a real pain to weld stuff that doesn't have holes in it, because I'm not that great of a welder yet and still kind of learning. So I had to kind of go over it a few times to make sure that it didn't leak. Luckily right through here it didn't leak. And then, you know, you can see my added globs of weld to keep it from leaking. So we're going to test it out again here. See if it leaks. Probably will. and keep you updated whenever we get something on this situated, or we might continue this another day, but we'll probably add that tonight, because why not?
Why not?
I stay up late. So alright y'all, so Josh just left. We're back. I finished this thing up. Not leaking any. It holds 2 rotors. This is a little like latch on there. If you grab this right here, you can lift both of these out. So there's 2 rotors sitting in there. The reason for doing this is that say you wanted to soak 2 rotors in a 5-gallon bucket, right? It's going to take a lot more liquid to cover the rotors to be able to soak the whole thing than it would be if you had an actual form fit shape just like this. So that way they really don't have that much liquid. I mean, this is a gallon and I maybe used 2/3 of it. This is what's in there. It works pretty good at getting stuff clean. So you can see this is the rotor that we destroyed, and notice how clean it is. That's basically just from soaking these. So I'm pretty happy to be able to start soaking rotors, because all these engines I got torn apart. Got rotors up there, had some rotors down there, there'll be rotors in that one. It's best to keep your parts clean before you put them on the shelf, because then once they go up on the shelf and you're ready to build a new engine, you don't have to clean them again, or at least you basically just have to dust them off. So anyways, that's in there. I'm gonna build the shelf for this now, and you'll see hopefully tonight I got the rest of this put together. We have finished the welding cart for now until I decide to add things to it. Very nice. We got casters down here, board to hold the tank in, off-road wheels. One thing that I'll add is a hitch receiver onto this. At one point I'm just going to get like a regular old inch hitch receiver. It's got a hitch bolt in the end of it, and I'll just weld that on there so I can put a pin through the hitch on my 4-wheeler. And what'll happen is, like, this will come up and it'll clip onto the 4-wheeler. Good. I think I might have to do a brace from here to here once I do that. For rolling it around the ground, it's not a big deal, but if I'm gonna want to put some weight into it, I might need to brace it up. I'm also gonna get some metal to make a hook and weld a hook up here. It's a little taller, so that way I can hook my hoses on it. But other than that, super stoked. Off-road welding cart. I'll turn it so y'all can see it better now. Rolls pretty nice. Boom. Welding cart. Looking sick. Just an old pressure washer and some probably $30 worth of metal from Home Depot or something like that. I mean, you can get a 6-foot stick of each of the different metals I used for $10. So I only used 3, and then I had that big piece of angle iron left over. The casters were like $5 a piece. So really not bad overall investment. Rocking and rolling. Pretty pumped with how that turned out. So also we got the rotor thing sitting in here. The reason I put it in the bucket is because I still don't quite trust to see if it doesn't leak or not. It's soaking. This will evaporate, so it'll just turn nasty brown when it's done, and those rotors will be clean as a whistle. One thing I like to do is always put cardboard over it, because that way all your evapor rust doesn't evaporate. So with that, it's like midnight or so. I'm gonna call it a night after cutting and welding all this. Didn't figure y'all would want to see me cut metal and weld metal and whatever, because it's about the same as everyone else cutting and welding metal. So I figure we'll just tell you the idea, show you the finished product. At some point this will get painted, but for now we're gonna leave off there. We're gonna leave off there. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see, and if you don't, well, I'm gonna keep making videos, so sorry about you. That's the welding cart. Thanks for watching. Keep it rad.